Hey guys, so Sunny here again. Okay, today I'm going to discuss with you a very crucial strategy. Okay, uh, one which I have back tested extensively. I have traded with it in the live markets and it has given me fantastic results. Okay, if you just trade this one simple strategy, guys, trust me, you don't need anything else. Okay, it is that powerful. So whenever I share any strategy with my students, I always back test it first. I try it out for myself in the live markets. I see the results and then I go ahead and share it with you guys. Okay, because see, in the world out there, at least online, there are hundreds, maybe thousands of free resources where everybody's, saying, oh, this is 100% foolproof strategy, this, that, profits. Okay, still people are not able to make money, right? And so what is the reason for that, right? Because people are just sharing random things. Maybe you get results once or twice and you share that strategy. So this one has been back tested extensively by me. Okay, I have also used it on Nifty and Bank Nifty. So I do know that it does work well, right? I also share my trades live, so you know that something somewhere is working, right? So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so in this video I'm just going to explain the rules and what are the entry criterias and your profit booking and your stop loss and so on, right? So in this particular strategy we'll be using two indicators. Okay, now guys, I've not given a name to these strategies. Okay, you can name it whatever you want for yourself, but let's just call this strategy number one, right? So we'll be using two indicators. Okay, one is the Bollinger Bands and the second one is the RSI. Okay, so if we go to the chart now, how do we plot this? I can show you at least on ShareCon. So if you go under your indicators, right, if you go under your indicators and you will see something called Bollinger Bands. Okay, now you'll have these options here. So under average type, go to E, which is exponential. Okay, average period, leave standard, which is 20, and this is standard deviation, which is 2. Okay, so we leave these as they are and you click apply. So it will look like this. Okay, now what is Bollinger Bands and how is it derived? We're not going to get into that, guys. Okay, we're here to make money. We're not here to learn the nitty-gritties of what these indicators are. Okay, so now the next indicator is the RSI. Okay, the relative strength index. We will leave the type, average period and RSI period the same, right? So exponential, 9 and 14. Okay, we're concerned with this RSI period. Some softwares may not have this average period, which is absolutely fine. We don't need it. Okay, now when you come down here, you'll see this overbought and oversold here. Okay, so we want to convert overbought to 60 and change oversold to 40. Okay, and then leave everything as it is. Okay, so when you click apply, RSI will come below your chart like this. Okay, and as you can see, these dotted lines, that's 60, that's 50, which is standard, and 40, which comes here below. Okay, so now we've plotted our two indicators, right? And guys, as usual, I also have the 200 EMA plotted, right? The 200 moving average. So you can have that as well, just for your reference. Okay, now time frame, we will be using either the 3-minute or the 5-minute, right? So either the 3-minute or the 5-minute. Okay, you can select whichever one you like best. You work that out, right? I prefer 3-minute, but for some people 3 minutes is too fast, so you can go to the 5-minute as well. Okay, now let's come to the rules. Now the first and foremost rule, guys, and the most important one, Now, whatever we learned in section 1, right, about the breakouts, how to trade Nifty, Bank Nifty intraday, right, using trend lines, using patterns, and so on. Okay, so we're going to be applying whatever we learned there into this strategy as well. Okay, so we're going to be looking for the same things on the charts as we were in section 1, right? So we're going to combine that with this strategy. All right, so now, let's say that this is my upper Bollinger Band. This is the mid level, which is the 20 EMA, and this is the lower band, right? If you look at the charts, that's somewhat what it looks like, right? So now what the strategy says is that I will enter. Okay, I will enter once I get a candle. Okay, let's look at the buy setup for now. Okay, let's look at the buy setup for now. Right, so I will enter a buy once I get a closing above the upper Bollinger Band. Right, so if I have candles, trading in between here, 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 and then finally I get a closing above the upper Bollinger Band, right, I will initiate a buy trade. Okay, and where will I buy? Above this candle high. Okay, so as you can see in Nifty, we will give a buffer point of 1, right? So if this is 12,000, the level is 12,000, so I will enter at 12,001, right? Give a 1 point buffer. Okay, so right now let's just look at our entries. So I want a candle to close above the upper Bollinger Band, and when that does happen, I will look to buy above the high of that candle here, right? And simultaneously, for a sell trade, I want a candle to close below the lower Bollinger Band. Okay, and I will sell below that low. Okay, below that candle's low, right? So let's put it this way. That is my buy setup, and this is my sell setup, right? It's as simple as that, guys. We want a closing outside the Bollinger Band. If it closes above the upper band, right, we initiate a buy. If it closes below the lower band, we initiate a sell, right? We'll look at examples in the next video, but let's quickly just look at it, right? As you can see here, this candle has closed below the lower band, so I will sell below this candle low. Okay, and let's look at a buy example, right? Can we see this green candle has closed above the upper Bollinger Band, this green line? So I will enter above this candle high. That will be my buy area, my buy setup. Okay, so I hope we've all understood the buy and the sell criteria. Okay, now if you're trading in Nifty, remember to give a 1 point buffer, right? Now if you're trading in Bank Nifty, give a 3 point buffer. Okay, Bank Nifty is at 30,000, you buy above 30,003 rupees. And for the sell setup, you deduct 3 points and then sell below that level. Okay, now along with this, guys, right, as we can see, we have RSI, right? And RSI we gave 2 ranges, right? The upper range we gave it as 40, below range we gave it as upper range we gave it as 60, below range we gave it as 40. Now, if we're getting a buy setup, I want the RSI to be above 60, like this. RSI should be, at 60 or slightly above 60 for a buy setup. For a sell setup, I want RSI to be at 40 or below 40, like this. Okay, this is like my confirmation, right? This is giving me that confirmation to my trade. So please keep this in mind when you're going to take a trade, right? All of these things should match, and then we can take a buy. Now I'll just quickly show you an example here. Okay, now this is the 60 level. Now can we say that RSI, this green line, is above the 60 level, right? Can we see that this candle has closed above the upper Bollinger Band? Okay, and if that happens, you simply buy above that candle high. Okay, so this is our entry, right? This is how we take entries. Now, as I suggested in point 1, we will combine it with section 1. Okay, so we are only going to take entries provided there's some form of breakout. Okay, breakout in terms of maybe a pattern, or breakout in terms of maybe a trend line breakout. And we'll look at that in the trade examples, right, in the next videos. Okay, now let's come to profit booking. Now, profit booking, guys, okay, for Nifty, I always like to play it safe, as in 20 points, I book my first, that's my first target, right? So I'll book partial profits at 20 points, and then I will keep trailing the remaining, right? So let's say if I'm trading in 2 lots in Nifty or Nifty options, first I will book at 20 points of Nifty, and the second I will trail as per swing lows, right? Now we looked at swing lows. This is for a buy setup, right? This is for a buy setup. So let's say if I'm long, here, okay, and this is my 20 points, right? I've booked out half at 20 points. Now it continues going up like this. So I will keep trailing my stop loss as per the swing lows here, right? I will keep trailing it until price doesn't come and stop me out, right? Now guys, if you're getting like 80 or 100 points, you should book your profits. Okay, don't be too greedy and hold, no, I want 150 or 200. Book your profits, it's fine. Okay, and same thing on the sell side, guys. If we're on a, if I've shorted here, right, and now price goes down, I get my 20 points, I will book partial profits. And then if it continues going lower, right, I will trail my stop loss as per the swing highs. Okay, so this is how we're going to book our profits. All right, now stop loss will simply be the most recent swing low. So now let's say that I have purchased here. Okay, in this example, I have bought Nifty here. So what will be my stop loss? Most recent swing low, right here. Okay, this is for a buy setup. Now for a sell setup, let's say if I've shorted here, if I've sold here, right? What will be my stop loss? The most recent swing high, this one. Okay, let me change the colors. This will be my stop loss for a sell setup. Okay, so we've discussed, the indicators, the time frame, the rules, right? How to enter, what is our entry criteria, our setup. Then we looked at profit booking, how to book profits, right? How to manage our position for larger gains. Now guys, if you're, if 20 points is too less for you and you want to trail for higher targets, be my guest, right? If you're trading in just one lot and you want to just keep trailing as per your swing lows or swing highs, be my guest, right? I'm just saying for safety, it's always good to book some profits and then trail the remaining, right? Then we looked at our stop loss, where to keep our stop loss. Okay, now in the next few examples, we're going to look at trades, right? And how to actually trade this strategy. So great guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.